Hello and welcome to TMS tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll give you a step-by-step demonstration of TMS. Any beneficiary who wants to avail the services through the scheme should first be registered either through direct or telephonic registration. When I say beneficiary, I mean a person who has already been authenticated and verified through beneficiary identification system. To register a patient, you should first log in using the Medco login ID and password. After login, a dashboard appears which shows all the statistical data. First, I would like you to know the menu and sub-menus involved in the system. There are 4 menus: patient, case search, pre-auth, and claims. Under patients, there are 4 sub-menus: register patient view, telephonic registered patients, OP registered cases. Through cases search, we can search different cases using different criteria like case number, card number, patient name, category, procedure name, case status, registered from date and registered to date. The third menu is pre-auth, which is used for pre-authorization. There are 5 submenus: pre-auth initiation, pre-auth updation, case for surgery update, case for discharge update, and cancel pre-auth. The fourth menu is claims. There are 2 sub-menus. One is claim initiation and the other is claim updation. To register a patient, we need to go to patient menu and click on register patient. We will see 3 mandatory fields. First, state. For this demo, I am using the data of Manipur state. There are different parameters in ID type like ration card number, mobile number, AB and HPM ID, Aadhaar ID, and any other family card number. I am using mobile number. When we click on retrieve, we can see all the beneficiaries registered using this ID. Click on the radio button for which the patient has to be registered. Click on proceed. Here we can see that all the information is pre-filled. This information comes from the beneficiary identification system. Click on action type, register, and click on register. It shows us the message, do you want to register patient? Click on OK. A unique registration ID is generated. In this demo, it's 3973. Once the patient has been registered, we can see the patient under registered patient view. Click on the registration number to open the page. Here, the next step is to convert the registered patient into IP, that is inpatient. Click on the radio button next to IP. It shows us the message, do you want to convert this patient as inpatient? Once the patient has been converted into inpatient, we can see the 5 different tabs. First is general investigation, general findings. Second is personal history. Third is past and family history. Fourth is symptoms. And fifth is general investigations. Medco needs to fill all the necessary and mandatory fields required for the case. Fill the category. Fill the category for which the treatment has to be given. To select the investigation, click on the investigation which has to be selected. Like for example, in this case, clinical notes have to be added, and click on add specialty. Specialty added successfully. Here we can see the category and the procedure which is to be used, and upload the clinical notes. Fill in the IP number, admission type, proposed surgery date, patient diagnosed by, after all the mandatory and required fields have been filled, select the action type as IP submit, and click on submit. It shows do you want to register patient case. Click on OK. Here patient has been converted to inpatient. Once the patient has been converted to inpatient, pre-auth has to be generated. To initiate a pre-auth, click on pre-auth menu and click on pre-auth initiation submenu. Open the case number for which the pre-auth has to be initiated. Go to the pre-authorization tab and fill in all the mandatory fields, like whether the procedural consent has been taken, whether medical or cardiology clearance has to be taken, and blood transfusion has to be done or not. Fill in the remarks. Select action type as save and click on submit. Now here we can see, please make sure that you download the PRF form so that it can be uploaded in the attachment. Once we have saved the pre-auth initiation, now here we can see that there is an initiate option also. Click on the initiate option, attach the signed and authorized copy of authorization request form. Select the action type as initiate. Make sure you have filled all the mandatory fields and the fields which are required for the case, and click on submit. It shows the message, do you want to initiate pre-auth? Now there are two types of pre-authorizations. One is auto approved and one is manually approved pre-auth. Manually approved pre-auth is pre-authorized by the panel doctor. Once the doctor has approved the pre-authorization, the case will reflect under case for surgery updation. Once the pre-authorization has been given, you can see the case under surgery updation. Click on the case number and fill in all the mandatory fields. Here, the bedco can also submit the clinical notes like BP, pulse rate, temperature, ward type. Make sure that all the fields have been filled properly. I'll suggest you to save the cases so that the information doesn't lose, so that you don't lose the information. Under surgery updation also there are few attachments which are mandatory, like on the bed photograph and operational documents. Once all the necessary and mandatory reports have been uploaded, come back to the surgery discharge page and click on submit surgery. When you click on submit surgery, it shows you a message, do you want to submit? Click on OK. It shows the message surgery updated. Once the surgery has been updated, now you can see the case under discharge updation. Click on the case number. Under the same summary discharge tab, you can see a new tab has opened, discharge summary. It says discharge summary. Fill in the necessary and mandatory fields like treatment given, operative findings, post-operative period, post-surgery therapy and investigations given, status at the time of discharge. Click on discharge or death, whichever has occurred in this case. In case of discharge, a new form will open. Fill in the necessary details like discharge date, next follow-up date, and in case of death, a separate form opens. Fill in the death date and cause of death. Here we are selecting the discharge. I have filled in the discharge date as well as the next follow-up date. Make sure you have filled in all the mandatory fields here. And download generate patient satisfaction letter as well as the print discharge summary form. Click on save. Here it will show you a message that once the discharge has been updated, you cannot change the discharge summary. No changes can be done in it. Click on OK. Now here we can see a submit tab. When you click on submit, it will show you a message. Please add the discharge photo as well as the discharge summary documents. Once the necessary documents have been uploaded, attached, come back to the surgery discharge tab and click on submit. Now it shows the message, do you want to submit? Click on OK. Discharge has been updated here. Once the patient has been discharged, the next step for the Medco is to initiate the claim. Click on the case number for which the claim has to be initiated. Click on the claims tab. Enter the bill date and type in the remarks. Attach the necessary documents which has to be submitted or to raise the claim, like the bill attachment. Case sheet has to be attached. Clinical photos. And claims attachment. Come back to the claims tab and select the action type as initiate claim and click on submit. It shows a message, do you want to initiate the claim? Click on OK. Now here it will show you a message, claim case has been successfully initiated by Medco. Now here the role of Medco is complete. Once the claim has been initiated, now the claim will go to the claim executive. A new case can be seen under the claims menu. Click on claims updation. Click on the case number. Under claims tab, there is a checklist which the claims executor has to fill, whether the name of the patient in the case sheet as well as the consent form is the same, gender is the same, whether the beneficiary photo matches with the discharge photo and on-bed photo, whether the admission, surgery, therapy date and discharge date matches with the online date, signature of the patient is matching in the consent form, counseling form as well as the satisfaction letter. Does the patient satisfaction letter has a positive feedback? Reports are signed by the doctor along with the registration number. Whether the patient name as well as the dates are correctly mentioned in the report. Now here the claims executive will enter his remarks. and then the claim executive will forward the case to the claims panel doctor. It shows the message, do you want to forward the claim? Okay. Now the claim has been forwarded to the claims panel doctor. The claims doctor can also see his or her new case under the claims menu. When when the doctor clicks on claims updation, he can see all the new cases. Click on the case number. Under the claims tab, the doctor also needs to fill in a checklist whether the evidence is supporting the diagnostics, whether the standard protocol was followed during the treatment, proper therapy was given, and all the mandatory reports have been attached. Here the doctor fills in the remark. Now you can see under the action type there are three types of action. One is pending, one is approve, and one is reject. If the doctor selects pending, the case will again go back to the Medco. Medco has to submit all the necessary documents which has been asked by the claims panel doctor. Once the Medco submits the case back, the case will directly come to the panel doctor. Once this procedure is done, once this process is done, then the claims panel doctor can see only two options under action type: approve and reject. Then the claims panel doctor can either approve the case or reject the case. In this case, we are approving the case. It will show us a message, do you want to approve? Click on OK. Claim has been approved by CPD. Now I will show you under Medco login. Here we can see that the case has been CPD approved, that is, the claims panel doctor has approved the case. This brings us to the end of the demo. Thank you.